Hello, Pisces. This is a general reading, a love reading, and a financial reading for you today. Now, this is my own interpretation, so do take that information that resonates with you as your own. If there's any information that does not resonate with you, leave that for someone else as it will benefit them. Do stick with this though, as there's definitely a message here for you specifically. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings as well, so get in touch for those on Facebook. Now let's get right into our general reading here. I see that you've been kind of taking things with a conquest mentality recently, and I do see that you have been working really hard but not really reaping the benefits towards others. It's like you've been avoiding allowing others share with you in the success. And I do see you coming out of this. I do see you kind of taking a little bit of a back seat for a little bit and pushing to have others, say those people who are important to you, share in the success with you and kind of push it to be more relationship focused, more social focused. Now, let's get right into our readings here. So we're going to be doing a love and a financial reading. All right, let's just get that done. All right. So in terms of your love, I do see that you've been feeling a lot of responsibility. Honestly, it looks like you've been taking a lot of effort. You've been putting in a lot of time and effort. And I see that that effort hasn't really been reciprocated, or that honestly, it looks like that person hasn't been really pushing to have things happen with you. And honestly, we did have a card literally flip itself out of the deck, which is very interesting. Now, that will mean that we're going to absolutely be using that towards the reading, and I think it'll even come into play right as we start up the reading here. It'll come into play regarding the card that we just went over. So basically, yes, you have been feeling a lot of responsibility, and it looks like this is a time where you're going to be wanting to make a change. You're going to be trying your best to have new things happen abound, and you're going to be finding a lot of acknowledgement from this. You're going to be finding that by taking a step back and by basically allowing yourself to push away from having all that responsibility, you're going to be having some change. And the way that the card did jump out onto the pile, I believe that it looks like it's going to be coming into play in this whole area. So let's keep that in mind and look into that. Now, it does look like this is going to be a natural progression, that you are going to be changing things quite a bit and having some real acknowledgement from that person. And even though they haven't been reciprocating that and leaving all that responsibility to you, that they will be showing you that acknowledgement, and they will be sharing with you a lot more. They're going to be much more open than they ever were before, and this is going to put some real progress into your relationship, into that potential for a romantic relationship, or even to bring that romantic relationship back. And I see that this has some real potential, and some real goals are going to start being set. I see that you are going to be kind of going with the flow a lot more than you did before, and letting that responsibility kind of just fade, and not focusing so hard, not just working so hard to have things happen. You're going to let things happen naturally from here on. And I do see that this is going to give you some real progress, real progression of your goals, and you are going to be having a true growth in your romantic feelings, in their romantic feelings, and in your relationship. And of course, for those of you who are just looking for a relationship, may even lead that relationship to start, or it'll at least put in some real progress towards that relationship starting. Now that brings us to the end of this love reading. Let's get into the finances now. I see financially that you have been falling into some vices. It looks like you have been spending a lot more than you've been wanting to, and you've been kind of falling out into basically into the cold. You've been missing out and you've been falling away from the group. You've been falling behind. And I do see this is a time where you're really going to be realizing, making changes, and having things happen in a new light. This change is going to pull you completely out of this tough time, and you're going to be basically making plans. It looks like you're going to be trying a lot harder to make some specific plans, some specific goals, writing things down, and that's going to basically lead you on a brand new path, lead you completely away from this path that you've recently had, and it's going to give you some warmth, some happiness, some goals again, and some real satisfaction. It is going to allow you to have some true satisfying situations come up, and that is going to let you really start to develop your finances. And your finances are not only going to be developing, but they're going to be expanding at a rapid pace. And as soon as this realization, this change comes about, I do see you having some big movement, some big progress. And as well, you're going to be finding something special. It may even be a change of scenery in your work. It may even be a change of work. But I do see some great movement and some new focuses for you. Now, that brings us to the end of this reading. I'm just going to reiterate that I can be found on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Weekly Tarot Light. I do weekly longer videos, daily shorter videos, and I do personal readings as well. So get in touch for those on Facebook. I'll see you next time.